Spencer, it finished 2-2 at home to Havant Waterlooville tonight. Did you think that was a fair result?
Yes, absolutely. Fair result. Totally gutted. 90 seconds to go when you're winning. It doesn't seem like a fair result. But it was two teams that just battled each other. Not a huge amount of quality. Have they done much in the first half? Have we done much in the first half, to be fair? Both teams, a poor goal from our perspective with one down. But nothing in it. Very disappointed the way we attacked our long throws today. We've got to do better. But it was a nothing game. Not helped by the referee, who said before the game he wasn't going to be showing a lot of yellows unless it was essentially him throwing them out like confetti. But we got ourselves back into it. We had that bit of luck, massive deflection, and we missed the best chance of the game. Cheeky Candy, 10 yards out, blast it 20 yards over the bar. But we get ourselves back into it. Again, nothing odd game, a few free kicks for them, more set pieces for us, but neither team really. They've had one moment with Mo Fowl down the side where early at the start of the second half where he's done Ollie, but very little, the odd chance to each team. Wonderful goal to put us ahead. We've got all our defenders on. 92nd minute, we've got a second corner up the top there and we make a mess of it. But the big problem for me is we don't clear it properly. 93rd minute, ball comes in. We're not clean on the first contact. All our defenders were not there for the second, and he twists and puts it in. So we're gutted for the fans because it looked another great night. Ridiculously tight game, not great quality, but two really good battling sides. And we had to step up against a side full of pedigree, full of players that are so experienced at this level. And we gave it a good go. And as I said, I'm gutted that they've equalised with 60 seconds to go, but at the end of the day, I think it's a fair result. I don't think either team really deserved to lose it, but when you're that close to the finishing line of 3 points, it feels like a loss. But we have to go again.
And I know it's a bit of a cliche, but great character from the team to turn the game around in the second half to get ahead.
Yeah, this is a fantastic group. We and I, in particular, have to accept limitations. We have a lot of young players. We have a lot of players that have come from the lower levels, and they are learning. And we found out on Saturday against men that they were much more ruthless in both boxes. And I thought today, you're seeing a side on paper that's resources-wise head and shoulders above us. You've just got to remember they're a hybrid. They train three days a week, I think it is. So to compete with a side when you look at their bench as well, I know they're in a poor run of form, but each game has been tight, and they're going to be in the playoffs. They've been in the playoffs. They were one of the promotion favourites, and we're learning. We're learning harsh lessons. That's a harsh lesson. The first goal's poor. The second, even worse, arguably. So it's harsh lessons, but that's what it is at these levels. So character, they're a really good bunch. I still think there's too many that don't want to communicate. Maybe it's their youth, inexperience. Too many that perhaps think they've cracked it this season and are a National South player now and look how good we are. And I don't think they're deliberately doing it, but a few just take their eye off the ball a little bit across the board and don't do what we've done so well this season, because there was real inconsistencies in the game. It wasn't a great game as a footballing spectacle, but as a battle and a Hampshire derby with good crowd and fantastic Havant support as well, singing against us, and a wonderful goal from us, to take the lead. It was a good night for everybody. Tinged with disappointment, but we're a good group. But we've got having to make changes. We're freshening it up because we have to. We're playing so many minutes, and I'm looking at videos and more videos, and I was so torn tonight. One of the few times I was so torn about our shape and the personnel. Really difficult. We've got to be sometimes really brutal about who plays and who doesn't, who looks tired, and you look at stats and you look at performances, and look, it's still a really good season. We're still in it. We've had this such difficult run, and we've got another really difficult run. Chippenham just won 3 on the spin. Slough are absolutely flying. Hampton are flying now. It's absolutely typical. Arguably the teams we're playing next are in better form than the teams we've just played. They're all at the top. So every game is so difficult, but let's regroup Thursday, take a deep breath. Feels like a loss today, but ultimately it was a fair point, and we certainly didn't deserve anything less than a point, and we move on to a very tough task against a very sprightly and good form Chippenham side.
And you were handed a boost before today's game with John Oyunuga and Ollie Robinson past fit to start. Great to have bodies back.
Yeah, and truthfully, I probably got it wrong with John. And what I mean by that, probably shouldn't have played him. He wanted to play. The sensible option was for me not to risk it. We did a long fitness pre-session with him. But we missed him. We missed the pace on a Tuesday night, and I felt players, we're a little bit stale and tired. Perfectly understandable, and delighted to get him back in, and we got through it. The referee very sorry. I mean, Howie's yellow carded John at the end of that first half. I mean, he's gone down. He said it's not simulation. He's yellow carded him for his reaction, but the guy's put his hands around his neck, according to John. So the fact he didn't even book the other player, which sort of sums up. I thought the referee should have. It was far too many yellow cards. But look, at the end of the day, it was great to get Ollie back. We tried him Saturday to see if he was fit for selection. He wasn't, and the long throws are a weapon. But you can see he's probably not quite as sharp as he should. He got caught a couple of times, but everyone's got to put the shift in. So we need players back. It's harsh on some of our lads. We had to leave a couple out of the squad today. We're still in for a couple more. We've been caught out a little bit that we thought it's when you think that the deadline is the last Thursday in March. It's actually the fourth Thursday, so you think that that's the last Thursday. Well, actually, in this particular year, that means it's next Thursday. So we've got to make sure we've got plenty of numbers, and we've got to also try and keep people motivated if they're not playing, and it's not so easy, and we've got some disappointed people. So here we go again, off we go again, Saturday, Tuesday. So, hopefully everyone's bought into it. We'll do a light session Thursday and go again on Saturday.
Yep, and Chippenham at home on Saturday. Nice to be back at home. And one of the teams we haven't played this season yet. What have you learnt about them so far?
I've learnt that they're very quick. They have just won their third game on the spin. They're a footballing side, they always have been. He's got them well out of the relegation zone. They're in great form and they pass it to death, and they play some really good football. So the fact they've just won Dover the other day, they've beaten Taunton tonight. Some of the goals, if you go online, some fantastic goals. I mean, really difficult game. But every game is. I mean, who do you play these days where you go, I'm going to turn up and win? You have to play very well at this level. It's going to be a really big few weeks, with the injuries we've got to key players. Clearly Reggie's at some distance away, Mason closer, but we'll see how we get to it. We didn't really think John would be back tonight. We thought maybe Saturday. But it's just every game's massive. They still need the points to stay well away from it, but they're in a great run of form. And it's another home game. I thought our fans were great. It's a decent attendance on a Tuesday night. So we need everyone back here because we are in it, but we also have to force the issue. We've got enough points now to survive, which is a great achievement already, first season in. We've already had some really good highs, and I felt tonight we nearly had another one. But if we want to get in the playoffs, games in hand only mean it if you get the points. And we need to be really brave, and that includes me. And perhaps, certainly when it comes to the last 10 minutes, if we're drawing games or not quite there, we need to really go for it because we need 3 pointers now, and it's every game's going to be crucial. But it's exciting, delighted to be in the position we're in, and we'll look forward to welcoming Chippenham for the first time this season, and we know they'll play a lot of really good football, and so can we. It'll be a different game to today, but we look forward to it. Every game we're looking forward to.
Brilliant, thank you Spencer, and good luck for Saturday.
Thanks very much, Tom.